Alright, you lot. Yesterday I told you digital game ownership were dying. Anthem got murdered. Always online is a kill switch. And your Steam library is one corporate decision away from becoming very expensive wallpaper. Bit depressing, wasn't it? Some of you probably walked away thinking, well, we're all fucked then. Might as well pre-order next live service and enjoy it while it lasts. Not so fast. Because today I'm showing you that someone's actually been fighting this battle for years. I'm talking about GOG, a platform that treats game ownership like it's more than just a concept. So for good old games, GOG operates on one simple principle that makes corporate executives break out in hives. When you buy a game, you actually bloody own it. No DRM, no online checks, no launcher required. You download, install a file, stick it on your hard drive, and that game's yours until eat death at universe or hard drive fails, whichever comes first. And before you ask, GOG's still going strong. In fact, they just got even better. December 2025, Michael Kiciński, one of the original CD Projekt co-founders, bought GOG outright for about $25 million. And what did GOG say immediately after? Quote, DRM-Free is more central to GOG than ever. Your library stays yours to enjoy, same access, same offline installers, same sensor ownership. That's not corporate PR waffle. That's a promise written in blood and Polish stubbornness. Now, I'll be honest with you, GOG is about 5,000 games compared to Steam's 100,000 plus. But you know what? I'd rather own 5,000 games forever than rent 100,000 games until Valve decides otherwise. Let me show you what I've got on GOG right now. Tomb Raider, Remastered 1 through 3, Angel of Darkness, Underworld, Chronicles, Last Revelation, Anniversary. I've got Outer Worlds, Gunk, Hitman Absolution, Journey to Savage Planet, complete LEGO Star Wars, entire Mafia trilogy with all definitive editions, Scorn, complete Bioshock collection including remasters, Postal, Fallout 1, 2, 3 and Tactics, and loads more. Every single one of those games sits on my hard drive. No launcher required. No internet connection needed. No permission from anyone. I could disconnect from internet forever tomorrow and still play every single one until I die. Can you say that about your Steam library? Nah, you can't. Counter argument I always hear. But Scotty, GOG don't have newish releases. And you know what? You're part right. Game selection ain't as massive as Steam's. I won't lie to you. You're not getting every new release day one. But they've got a solid catalogue of classics, a growing selection of modern titles, and increasingly, games that launch simultaneously on GOG and Steam. Witcher series, obviously, Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3, System Shock Remake, dozens of indie gems. It's not a wasteland. This is because most big publishers are usually too paranoid about piracy to release DRM-Free, but we're not interested in such things. We're interested in owning our games. So my advice? For every game that is on GOG, buy it there. Build your permanent collection. And for stuff that isn't available, at least you're making an informed choice about what you're renting versus what you're keeping. And that's what this is really about. Informed choice. Know what you own. Know what you're renting. And stop pretending that Steam is all other than a very fancy rental service with delusions of permanence. Here's a pro tip. There's another option that almost nobody talks about, and it's been sitting right under your nose all time. Amazon Prime. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Scotty, that's for getting toilet paper delivered next day and watching Clarkson shout at farmers. But hear me out. Amazon in UK costs £8.99 a month. Or £95 per year if you're sensible and pay annually. And here's what you actually get. First, Luna Standard. That's Amazon's cloud gaming service. And it's included free with your Prime membership. Over 50 games you can stream right now. Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Topspin 2K25, Fortnite, a rotating library that keeps getting bigger. No extra charge. Just fire up Luna on your Fire TV, your phone, your tablet, your browser, whatever, and start playing it. Second, Prime Video, which, let's be honest, is worth about £6 a month on its own if you're comparing it to other streaming services. Third, free delivery on millions of items, if you order from Amazon even semi-regularly. This alone probably saves you £50 a year minimum. Fourth, Prime Gaming Drops. Every single week, Amazon gives away free games. And here's the beautiful part. Many of those games are claimed through GOG or Epic, which means they're yours to keep forever. Free games. No subscription required to keep playing them. That's how it should work. Fifth, free Twitch Prime subscription every month. That's a $4.99 value you can give your favourite streamer. Now let's do maths. $8.99 a month for Prime. You get cloud gaming, video streaming, free delivery, free games every week, and a Twitch sub. Compare that to $22.99 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. But wait, there's more. If you want an even bigger game library, you can upgrade to Luna Premium for another $8.99 a month. That gets you EA Sports FC 25, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Batman Arkham Knight, and a constantly expanding library. So, Prime plus Luna Premium combined, $17.98 a month, still cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate at $22.99, and you're still getting Prime Video and free delivery on top. Let me put this in yearly terms so it really sinks in. Game Pass Ultimate for a year is £275. Prime plus Luna Premium for a year is £215. That's £60 in your pocket, and you still get all Prime benefits that have not to do with gaming. For comparison, PlayStation Plus Premium is $13.49 a month, or just under £120 per year. That's cheaper than Game Pass, but you're locked in PlayStation hardware for most of it. Here's a recommendation. Get Amazon Prime. It's less than £9 a month and does about 15 different things. Use Luna Standard for cloud gaming at no extra cost. Claim every single free game drop and build your library. Only upgrade to Luna Premium if you're actually gonna play those specific games. Cancel Game Pass unless you're specifically waiting for a day one Xbox exclusive that you absolutely must play immediately. Stop paying Microsoft tax. Your wallet will thank you. And if you really want to get clever, GOG hasn't just built a store, they built something that should technically be illegal under rules of corporate competition. They built a launcher that manages everyone else's games better than those companies manage them themselves. GOG Galaxy 2.0. If you haven't used it, you're missing out. Here's what it does. You install Galaxy, connect your accounts, and suddenly you can see every game you own across every platform on one single interface. Steam Game, Epic Games Store, Xbox, PlayStation, Ubisoft Connect, EA App, Battle.net, everything. One launcher, one library, one place to manage it all. Now I know what you're thinking, but Scotty, I thought you just spent time telling us not to use those platforms. And you're right, I did. But here's reality. Most of us already have games scattered across half a dozen different storefronts because that's just that industry evolved. Epic gave away free games for years. PlayStation Plus throw games at you every month. Steam had that one sale where everything were 90% off. You probably went mental. Galaxy don't judge you for that. Galaxy just wants to help you actually find and play those games without opening 6 different launchers and trying to remember where you bought Far Cry 3. Official integrations are GOG itself, obviously, plus Epic Games Store and Xbox Live. Those work seamlessly. Steam, PlayStation, Ubisoft, EA and Battle.net use community-created plugins that modding community keeps updated. They work brilliantly most of the time, and when they break, there's usually a fix within days. But here's really clever bit. Galaxy can detect duplicates. So if you've accidentally bought the same game on 3 different platforms because you forgot you owned it, Galaxy will tell you. No more double dipping on games you already have. No more firing up Steam scrolling for 10 minutes to remember you actually bought it on Epic. And beautiful irony, GOG, a company trying to get you to buy games from them, built best tool for managing games you bought from other competitors. That's the most pro-consumer move I've seen in gaming in years. They're basically saying, oh, we know you got games everywhere, we'll help you manage them. And maybe, just maybe, next time you're buying something, you'll remember that GOG exists and gives you actual ownership. Even if you never buy a single game from GOG, Galaxy's worth installing purely for library management. It's free, it's optional, it don't force itself to run on startup, it don't demand your firstborn child as payment. It just sits there quietly being useful, like that one mate who actually helps you to move instead of just saying they will. Compare that to Epic Games Store Launcher, which I'm fairly certain were designed by someone who actively hates concept to user experience, or EA App, which manages to be both bloated and lacking in features simultaneously, or Ubisoft Connect, which, actually, let's not talk about Ubisoft Connect, my blood pressure can't handle it. GOG Galaxy, install it, connect your accounts, thank me later. Long game is simple. Subscriptions disappear when you stop paying. DRM-free purchases last forever. Every time you choose ownership of a rental, you're building something permanent. a library that's actually yours. Games your grandkids could theoretically inherit if you're into that sort of thing. But if GOG dies, DRM-Free PC gaming dies with it. There's no plan B. No other major platform offers what they offer. Steam don't, Epic don't, Ubisoft Connect, EA app, Battle.net, none of them. GOG is Alamoa game ownership. Except hopefully with a better ending. Every purchase on GOG is a vote for a different model. A statement that says, actually, I do want to own my games, and I'm willing to put money behind that principle. Every purchase on Steam when same game exists DRM-free on GOG is a vote for opposite. You're telling industry that convenience matters more than ownership, that you're fine with licenses, that Ubisoft's Philippe Tremblay were right. When Ubisoft says you should get comfortable not owning games, they're betting on your laziness. Every time you buy a DRM-locked game when a GOG version exists, you're proving them right. Stop being a comfortable statistic. And look, I'm not naive. GOG might fail. External funding might come with strings attached. Razor-thin margins might find the cut too deep. In 5 years, I might be making a video called Death of GOG. I told you to support them and you didn't. That's a real possibility. But right now, today, they're still here. Still fading. Still offering something no one else will. And after 17 years of existence and a fresh start under ownership that actually believes in mission, they've earned at least a chance. Yesterday I asked you to think before you buy. Today I've shown you where to buy instead. Rest is on you. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Drop your comments and questions below. And remember, DRM-free ain't just a feature. It's a middle finger to everyone who thinks you should be grateful for the privilege of renting your own entertainment. I'll see you next time, you magnificent